Wow, man, that was some nice rocking, wasn't it?
I hate when it
Absolutely.
ends.
You know, Shane's always on point with the music. So,
And where is he? Working.
yeah, that 4-letter word, you know, somebody's got to do it.
Well, listen, good evening, everybody. It doesn't make a difference who's here. Like I said earlier, a few moments ago, grab some wood under your butt, pull up a chair. We got the air conditioning on inside the
What?
inside the clubhouse. What?
No.
Yeah, grab some wood under your butt. I'm serious. Y'all never heard that? That
You're-
means get a chair, get a stool.
I know, but you're giving Shaq and Greg ideas already, and we're only
Well,
30 seconds in.
I'm sorry, Scouts. Some Scouts right. Scout is correct. What 30 seconds, 45 seconds in.
Yeah.
But-
Christiana, thanks for the super chat.
Hey, thank you, Christiana. Cool, thank you. Our friends are all here. We got the air conditioning on. Some friends are not here. They're doing the W thing. They're doing the work thing. We fully understand. We get it. You know, hey, you got to pay the bills, man. You know,
Always gets in their way.
We almost had Joe Brett doing some different audio, and we were going to ask the chat. We were going to ask Joe to say, help fix my audio in the next 2 hours. But Joe, the Superman that he is, and what, Steve? The last minute, 45 seconds.
We had like 30 seconds to go.
Joe, say something. Say something beautiful. Say something.
Something beautiful.
Something beautiful. See, now he sounds great. Joe Brett. The sultry sounds of northern Mississippi coming at you.
It's beautiful.
96.
There it is.
There he is. Joe,
back in the
what do you want to
bathhouse
be?
with Shaq and Greg.
Joe, what do you want to be? Rockin' 98.6 or country 104.5? What do you want to be?
See, our radio station is completely different than yours. But,
Why? Why? How do they announce? How do the terrestrial stations?
I'll just be K5YVY. Coming at you.
So I see Bean made it on time.
Hello.
Welcome, Bean.
In a few moments, I'm going to give her a special shout out. Going to give her some love.
I was going to say she says she loves the shirt. So,
well, go ahead, Steve. You're first. You're on the top. It goes left to right. So,
yeah, no, same stuff, different week. You know, still out there doing the thing. I did not get the antenna built due to the weather. It rained here all weekend, so I was not able to get that taken care of. But this coming weekend, I'll be in Charlotte, well, just outside of Charlotte at the Shelby Ham Fest.
Yep,
shoving a camera in everybody's face. So
nice. I see the boxes off the desk. Yeah, you actually almost look clean. I wish Molson was here to see this.
Yeah,
Molson? Did he give us a notice?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, but it was
he's
was
got some
a late
weather stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Guess what? Because I wanted to not challenge him, but I found some stuff. I'll talk about it in a few moments here. I found some stuff related to Canada that could be interesting to us.
Okay.
So
yes, the box is off the desk. The radio is set up. You know, I've got the receive loop out. I'm going to play with the design of the receive loop a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking at a signal right now on 7216, and it's, well, he just bumped the meter to an S5.
All right, tell everybody about your antenna that you were telling us before. Guys, this is something that we all should probably consider, because I think we could, almost all of us could probably do this.
Yeah.
Maybe minus an HOA, but HOA, you may be able to hide it under a window, go through the bushes or long.
Yeah,
but anyway, go ahead, Steve.
Even with an HOA. So what I have a loop on the ground receive antenna, and it's a loop of wire. Right now it's in a diamond shape with 15-foot sides, and it's fed at one corner.
So 15, 15, 15, 15, and 15 make a diamond.
Make
Perfect,
a diamond.
Guys. See? We all know those shapes. We learned those shapes before we even took geometry. So there you go.
It is fed with a BNC that I actually did a BNC to SMA because my local Radio Shack had a 50-foot SMA cable. So I put a couple adapters on it to BNC it at both ends.
Use what you got. Yeah.
Use what I got. And it's I moved it to a different location from where I was originally planning because I had a bigger square outside my fence. But Yeah. I have never seen my noise floor this low.
Now, folks, I asked Steve, I said, and before he gave me his answer off stream, I'm figuring this antenna's got to be up maybe 3 feet off the ground, maybe 8 feet, 12 feet, 15 feet tops, because, there's a certain.
Yep.
Steve, where's your antenna?
It's a loop on the ground, literally stapled to the ground.
In the dirt, guys. He's running a receive antenna, a separate receive antenna in the dirt.
Yeah, it looks like other Andy, AA0AM. Yep. Other Andy's running one as well. So
32 years of playing radio, ham radio, and a few extra years doing this and doing that and fooling around with, twin lead, 300 ohm, 450 ohm ladder line. I've never seen this. I love this.
And let me find.
Hey, Travis is asking, are you using 50 or 75 ohm coax?
It's 50 ohm coax, I think. It was just a roll of SMA coax that my local Radio Shack had, so I haven't even tested it. But I built the transformer for it, and I'm looking for the website.
While you're doing that, Ron makes an excellent question. Does it have to be the diamond? Can it be a triangle? Can it be a square? Can it be whatever you can make it to be?
That's what I'm getting ready to play with. Based on the website that I'm getting ready to drop here in the chat, ak5jy.net, he does it in a diamond formation.
Okay. Shane, you're not allowed to ask questions because you're not here.
He's in the executive bathroom participating.
He is.
In the chat.
Executive bathroom stall 4 being all quiet in case the CEO comes in.
Yep.
With those fancy dancy towels instead of paper, cotton towels to wipe your hands.
But yeah, I do have it running through a transformer. It's 2 turns on one side and 6 turns on the other through a binocular toroid core. So it's a double hold core. And, I wrapped it. Yes, I recorded a video on it. I have not done my edits yet. But got it down, got it all set up. And like I said, so far I can hear pretty well. I'm going to try to change it over to a rectangle fed in the middle of one of the sides and see if that changes the receive area.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm going to post a link here. I've been holding on to this. W3 Alpha Tango Bravo, W3ATB. And I'm going to post this in the chat right now. It talks about doing something for 75, but I'm sure you can do it for anything else that you want to do it for. And check it out. You will see he used some old wooden stakes. He now switched them over to those Amazon $2 stakes that we're all using for NFEDs, for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just hit the enter button. Guys, I just posted that under the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Check out that 80-meter NVIS antenna. Feel free to fool around with that design. Play with it. Maybe alter it for your bands. Maybe if you don't want to, or just use it as a general receive. Because, Steve, that's what you're using, right? General receive?
Yeah, so it's general receive into the back of the 7610 directly. Mm-hmm. And like I said, right now I'm looking at an S1 noise floor. If I turn off the receive, I go up to an S6 or 7. So makes a huge difference. Ralph, there is a cable that you can get where you can go out of the, I think it's 13 pin to a RCA for a transmit receive to do a receive loop. And actually W6LVP makes the switch box for it.
Yeah, and I just posted Joe's.
How about that?
For Joe's? I'm sorry, Joe. I should have hit that first.
So
there's that receive antenna kit to the 7300 as well as other.
Ham Radio Hef, thanks for the super chat. I'll be looking for you at Shelby.
Thank you, man.
And I may have to crash the Y Cars event too. You know, you guys are just up the road, so.
So this is the fun, in my opinion. You know, there's so many rabbit holes we go down and play with radio, but when you start experimenting with a simple, but just for receive, let's not even talk about transmit.
Mm-hmm.
For any of you new guys, any guys like me who've been around for a while, but we need a little, you know, kicking our giddy up here, play with it. Do something like this. See, now you got me thinking, Steve, of what I can do, and maybe do something a little bit different. But guess what? It's a receive antenna.
Yeah.
Heck, I think of the days back in the 70s, with my holocrafters oh boy, I'm losing here, S30 or S50. Just running speaker wire around the bedroom and throwing it out the window, and then taking a golf ball, throwing it over the house just to get it outside, to get it into the tree, and this and that. You know, it's like, have we forgotten just this simple ingenuity? It's a receive antenna. Don't put it over. Keep it away from power lines, right? I think that's the only rule we have to remember. Keep it away from the power lines.
Mine's underneath the power lines.
Okay. Well, it's better to be underneath than over.
Right. So, well, I think that's part of my noise issue, is my power lines are directly in front of me as I'm sitting here at the desk. And so I've got an easement between my fence and the ditch, and right in that easement is the power lines. Well, that easement is where I put the loop on the ground. And by stapling it down, if they drive through it, okay, so they might tear up a wire. But when I go through there with the mower, it's stapled down, so I'm not going to pull it up. Not going to tear it up that way. Hopefully.
I use those plastic ones on my DX Commander. And yes, and I was nervous, probably just like everybody else, but with those, but like they say, Mother Nature, those things that they start to drop after time,
Mm-hmm.
grass grows over them. Yes, you don't want to run the mower, you know, so low, but still,
yeah,
no issues. Yes,
you know,
I had
that
fear. Yes, I had that fear. The wire wrapped around the pulley. Right, Joe?
My luck would be, and I'm interested in doing this. I've been thinking about it, but I can just see what come into my head right then was the one mole crawling around under the ground, pushing that wire up, and I didn't see it, and hits it with a mower.
Mm-hmm.
I got the chipmunks. It is funny with those chipmunks. They are in a world, a community all by themselves, and they scavenge the bird food that hits the ground. They take it, and they go into either one hole over here, or they go to another one. And I don't know, I guess maybe they're doing their logistics and their inventory of, they've been doing this all winter long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, all summer long. But it's amazing what they do. So who knows, Joe? They may be a little crafty, as they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe, what do you got going on? What'd you do all week? Did you play with that new Christmas toy?
Yeah, so it's doing pretty good. Got that Ameritron 811H at the Huntsville Ham Fest for some of you that hadn't already heard that. Been playing around with it. I started tuning up. Okay, so I got the manual tuner with it. The manual tuners are supposed to like tune anything if you get it just right.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I've never had anything that would tune 160. So I tried it. No cookie. I could get it close, but not close enough to where I'd want to use the amp on it. But I did go down to 80 meters and started tuning up on it just to see what kind of power output on different bands I could get. When it starts smelling like it's cooking toast, it's time to cut it off for a little while.
Oops.
That's not right.
How long did you tune up on 7.2?
Oh, I don't tune up with the amp in bypass. I'll tune the heck out of the 7300 on low power.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, there was shoot. What was do you know the retired New York police officer that did YouTube live streams for a long time? NY4PD. Yeah, that was his call.
Mm-hmm.
So I forget what brand amp he had, but he always ran the amp when he was doing his live streams, making contacts.
Ooh.
And sitting there watching him one night, and he's having a QSO, and pop, and he ducks, and smoke's just rolling out behind him. That was sad. Poor fella.
I remember as a kid sitting in my grandfather's shack, and I don't remember the amplifier. I don't know if it was something, but I remember. So now he was a little frugal. Again, he came from the Depression days. I get it. We all love those people dearly, but they were a little on the frugal side. And I think the rest of the house probably sat about 65, 67.
Mm-hmm.
But so downstairs, you know how sometimes downstairs in the basement it's always cooler. Well, his shack was enclosed. And when he shut that door, it got really hot because that amplifier and other stuff was kicking off a lot of heat. I remember he would always have that old man sweater on, you know, with the buttons. And then when he took it off, he'd either hang it up, or he'd hang it up on a dowel or put it on his. He had a like this old chair that came out of like World War II. Like it was just so comfortable. It kind of creaked in it. But when he took off that sweater, I knew it was getting warm in there, and he was right. It wasn't all the hot air that he was blowing either. It was that amplifier keeping you warm.
Go say, because he was a CW guy, wasn't he?
Both, and then then went to QRP. Did a lot of stuff with some tent. Sold the Collins stuff. Started getting into JRCs and Tentex. He introduced me to a JRC, but started getting into Tentex, and they started going low power. And then it was basically no microphone, just all CW, probably for maybe about the last 15 years of his life, 20 years. But, you know, ran all the auto patches anytime there was a major disaster around the world and this and that, which obviously you were using voice and everything. But, yeah, he was that amplifier. You know, everything would glow. You would think there was candles in the shack. There were no candles in the shack. It was called tubes.
Hey, you know, it would be cool to make one of those 811-8s or 811Hs out of
Daniel.
plexiglass, or, you know, a heat resistant, just so you get that glow in the shack.
Yeah,
great.
Since you're talking about that, I will tell you one other thing I've noticed. Heat rises.
Right.
And after I had that amp on half the day, sitting there doing some POTA hunting and stuff, it's like, damn, it's hot in here. And
half a day. That's what happens when you're 4'0".
Hey, wait, he's taller than Kyle.
Me in person, boy.
Damn. You know, I wasn't gonna come on because we have storms rolling in and out. My wife's trying to cut out today, and I was like, I got so much work to do. I can do work. And I was listening to you guys, and I was like, you know what? I gotta go on. I gotta go back
home, baby.
I can't resist. It's my drug.
And there goes the neighbor with the 3-wheeler again.
See, it's a nice 2 hours of relaxation. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. So,
hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Did you guys, Izzo? Did you share that video that you shared, or did you ask permission to play that video?
I didn't. I found that was actually on TikTok. I'm not sure, not TikTok. Twitter. One of the guys did it. But he made using that ukulele. He made that. I love the sounds of a ukulele.
So we should share it. We should share it on the Clubhouse Twitter to retweet it. Is what we should do.
Retweet it. That way we give him credit for it. Yeah.
Do we not just play it from the Twitter on?
I think so. Like the guy, he doesn't have copyright. We can give him fame.
I want to get him on the stream here. I want to get him on here and let him play live for a few minutes or create a song for us.
Well, I don't want us to show it until the other hit song is ready to play right after.
That's it, guys. Breaking news. Breaking news live from Sony International Recording Studios in Ontario, Canada.
We have the Clubhouse band getting together. All right.
Get the band back together, baby.
We are getting the band.
Didn't they say
I'm
that?
not lying to you. I had a conference call last night.
They said that in a movie. Just remember that. Dan Aykroyd said that.
I had a conference meeting last night with our keyboardist, and I got to talk to our guitarist on the other side of the world. He knows who he is if he's watching, and the band's getting back together to do some Ham Radio Clubhouse Molson life coaching through musical inspiration is what it is. So Izzo, you need to tweet out that tweet, play it again. on our thing. The people know what we're talking about because I think we can go ahead and play it. I think Josh would know. Can we just play it? The guy, it's not copyright, nothing. It's giving credit to the guy.
Everything's copyrighted.
Oh,
remember we said that. Remember I said that last week. I don't understand, why does everything have to be? If you give the hey, listen, this is from so and so, because I don't understand how that, not TikTok does it. I don't know how the TikTok can do it, but yet the YouTube can't. And I don't even know about Twitch. So
well, the TikTok's the commies, right? So
I don't care.
Well, it depends
You know
on
what
who
I
you
can
ask.
get?
I mean,
Listen.
We don't got to get political. I'm just joking. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
But let me tell you what I do get. I got myself another great cigar. I filled up the humidor. Had a great buy. Tonight is the La Cubana. I'm sorry, the La Gloria. Cubana. There it is. She's beautiful. This is a nice Sumatra wrap. I love this smoke. This is a great. I did something that was real hard to do, but I had to do it. I went for a ride this weekend. And I want to give some props up to the boys and the ladies and the boys up there in Marlborough, Massachusetts, who coordinated the Ham Exposition, Ham Fest up in Marlborough, Mass. And good time. ARRL was up there. Thanks to Bean. The first thing Bean and Aunt show up there, and she's like, "Hey Izzo, I got you a T-shirt and a few other tchotchkes. So this is a homemade Bean shirt, and it's made with love. Bean, you are awesome. 88's girl." We hung out.
ask.
Yes.
Did she put barbecue chips in the bag?
She did not. She respected the man, and I like that.
Bean, you're failing.
Friday night, a vicious rain hailstorm comes rolling in. If you haven't seen Joe Brett's video regarding Montesano, watch it. It's posted. We had a similar one up there on Friday night, or Friday afternoon. Trees down, hail, golf ball size, winds, rain. AM, the world's going to end. And Yellow Brick Road it, and all this other stuff. I'm enjoying a steak, and then all of a sudden, Bean and Aunt are hitting me up saying, "Let's go. We ended up tailgating. We tailgated in the back and in the parking lot, literally on the tailgates of our trucks, and we solved all the world's problems in about 2 to 3 hours. Had some good cigars with them. They're great people.
Ever.
Yeah, Aunt and Bean are great people. I'm sure those who have worked them on the air, they fully understand this, but they're good people. Even in person, they're very thoughtful. They're ethical. They're good ham radio operators, and that's what I like. I like hanging out with good operators. Had the pleasure of I saw our buddy K5 ATA. Saw him up at the Ham Fest. I met Dave Minister, the CEO for the ARRL. Nice guy. Took the time to listen. We talked about a few different topics, and I respect that. I respect it when a man takes the time, and I felt bad because he says, "Where's your cigar?" I said, "I can't smoke inside." but it was nice. We had a good discussion. Obviously, it went short because I'm sure other people wanted to talk to him, but it was a good time. It was just a good time to go for a drive, and kind of clear the head, as they say, and have some good. I found a cigar shop next to the hotel. Go figure.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks to the Google. Just because I was thinking, man, back in the day, how did you find a cigar shop? You had to just as you were just driving by. The Rand McNally map usually didn't have anything like that.
Awesome. So we have like 81 people watching. Obviously, people are interested in the announcement of the giveaway. That's coming up. Behind the scenes, we're typing each other because our secretary's not here tonight. Right. Shane, your voluntary position as he's here in spirit. That means something.
He's in the bathroom stall.
So we're putting the stuff together behind the scenes, just to make sure we have it when we do the announcement. So that's coming up. Don't go anywhere. So Izzo, the overall Hamfest was pretty awesome that you went to.
It was good. Rhea was there. I got to meet Rhea, and I tweeted out, and I truly Rhea is a pearl. In my opinion, I don't know if it's harder for the ladies in our hobby for what they do, But Rhea to me is a pearl. She is amazing. She's smart. She can hang with the worst and the best, and still, she's one of those, just a smart lady. But she's not over pompous about it, and I like that. But when but if you have a question, ask her, man, because she's going to give you a straight up answer, and I like that. I like that, and everything. The tailgating section, it is amazing. Every flea market I go to, Hamfest I go to, the flea market section seems to have, it's like mushrooms or dandelions. Those boat anchors show up everywhere. And it's like they just regenerate themselves. You always see there's always one selling the Motorola commercial gear that's 10 to 20 years old, sometimes even older. I did see an old Kenwood 520S, the 520 sugar. That was in mint shape, and the guy threw it on a dummy load for me. I mean, 100 watts was a boom. I didn't need it, but that brought back some memories. But there was the guy selling the tubes. There was the guy selling the connectors, homemade J-pole antennas out of copper, and a whole bunch of. It just seems like you can close your eyes. It doesn't make a difference what town or state you're in, and that's a good thing. Because don't get me wrong, I remember when I was in my late teens and 20s going to a ham fest with only like 30, $50 and coming home with those treasures. Man, just like Steve and Joe playing around with their big ticket items, that was me, but on a smaller scale. So it doesn't make a difference. I mean, just take your treasures, go home, have fun with them, experiment, learn.
You guys in the States are pretty blessed. Like, it seems like you guys have, in the last couple of weeks, everybody's had the opportunity to go to a ham fest locally within a reasonable distance, right?
Why?
Like
What's the difference for you? Oh, come on, really?
Maybe 6 hours, but I don't know if that's that. But it just seems like you guys all have something local that has like a decent amount of. I think there's like one big one. We had this talk a while back. There's one big one in Toronto. I don't even know if they had it this year. They're probably still concerned about some environmental things. So, but it's it's not big. It's not big at all, and so. But you guys, it seems like everybody has the opportunity pretty close by to go to a ham fest. I'm excited to go. I haven't gone to one yet at all. And
obviously, I haven't. Daniel, I don't know about you, and maybe Joe and Steve can comment too. I haven't been to the big boys yet. I haven't been to Xenia, Dayton, Huntsville. I don't know where Shelby ranks in some of these others. I've been to all the smaller ones here in Connecticut and the Northeast and everything. I still have fun at the small ones. I can't compare it to the big ones yet. But I kind of like the small ones. I mean, I love the eyeball QSOs. Do I need some more UHF connectors? Yeah, maybe. Do I need this? Do I need this? I was looking at the R Finder. My buddy, Scotty and I, we almost, pulled out some funds for that, but I'm still doing some developmental work to see if it's really what I need and want. But other than that, though, it's fun though. You know what I mean?
Here's a question I have. So, typical trade show or any kind of consumer show like that, like especially with what I've seen in the videos, it doesn't appear to, and I'm at home, so I don't know. But if you're a person who's not connected to anybody, let's say I didn't know any of you guys, and I said I'm going to go to Alabama or Huntsville Hamfest there. The big thing is to get in there on a Friday morning or the first day and check out the flea market, right? The swap shop, whatever, flea market.
Right.
You have very little, it seems like to some degree, very little actual corporate booths, right? Like it didn't seem like there was a ton. You have a lot of time to fill there to make sure your ROI on a long trip is worth it. Right. And so, like, obviously, there's a lot of, like Vern was saying, it took him 12 hours to get there, but he had additional benefit to it. There's a connection that we made on YouTube. Everybody that's there who's sort of the whole YouTube, different content creators and the viewers, there's sort of some sort of, there's get togethers and activities to do. But if you were going without any connections, just going to it out of the blue, it seems like to make that 12-hour trip or a long trip, it would be hard to justify in my observation. To me, in my observation, you know what I mean? For me to come from Canada down there, just to go walk around a flea market for a couple of hours and then do the loop around the booths, you know, it's not like you have 4 halls of, you know, doesn't appear to be of branded trade show booths to look at of new product, you know, like.
Well, let me
fair
explain
observation
something.
or
No, you're absolutely right. But I think we also need to follow up. We all choose how to spend our time and our money, whether it's $50, $500, or $5,000. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Again, I went up for some personal growth. I needed to go for a ride. And then when I got up there, I just happened to find a cigar shop that made me happy. I happened to get myself a good steak. I was happy.
Yeah.
The eyeball QSOs to me were worth its weight of $18. I should have gave those guys $1,800 because it was priceless for me just to hang out with Bean and Ant, meet you know, Rhea and Dave and you know, from the ARRLs, you know, Steve, a good game, and a few other people. And then HRO was there. I did Electrocraft was there. I did see the new K4. That was cool. Again, the guys from our Finder was there. Uncle Bob was not there. He was. I missed him by maybe by an hour or two due to, you know, logistical transportation stuff. But I do get what you're saying though, Dan. I do understand, because my thing has always been, how do I know for ham.
Is it me or is he cutting out?
Me?
It's you.
It's you.
It's you.
It's you.
It's your internet.
Son,
It's your internet.
You're okay.
Tell the squirrel to get going. I think Orlando is probably an easy ham fest, as well as maybe a few others. Guys, pipe in. Fly into Orlando. It's right. I've been to Florida many times, you know, between, you know, Walt Disney. I'm a Walt Disney World junkie. I know the strip there. I get it. From what you guys have showed me, Huntsville, there is some logistical stuff for me. But it's not. It is obtainable, but you got to just figure it all and give yourself that buffer room.
Yeah.
Same thing with Xenia. You know,
so
Xenia for me, Molson, is like what you just said. That's probably a 12 to 15 hour ride for me. That it's just not as simple as one highway, and you know.
Well, and it's not like I'm totally on board with the idea of, like, even Adam says it's about the fellowship, it's about the friendships, you know, the people that you know.
It is. All right.
But people don't have that, right? So to me, I'm actually 20 something years I spent in the trade show industry, and it's evolved over the years. There used to be a day where, before the internet, where you would get the trade shows, the show special, right? So you get a discount if you showed up to the show. Right. Now with the internet, they would do it beforehand. So, and a lot of shows are saying we're dying, just like people say ham radio is dying. And so there is a level of attraction if a show wants to, because there wasn't, like, it's a great attendance, record attendance, but it wasn't anything, like, in my mind, mind-boggling. When you're used to 100,000 people going to a trade show, it's just like there's some dynamics about how companies work a show and show management does it. So for me as a consumer, if it wasn't for the people, I wouldn't have a desire to go that far of a trek. That's just my, and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Let's be honest here. Typically the same 200 people, whatever, on all the similar live chats. There's thousands of others who don't have that same attraction to a show. So I was just came to my mind. It's just rambling. That's what we do on this show, is we ramble, we talk.
I've been to Jacob Javits in New York City. I've been to Jacob Javits 5 or 6 times for various trade shows, and I think the first 1 or 2 times, and it's how does it happen? You're in New York City, but I felt like I was the loneliest guy there, not knowing anybody. But you start meeting people, you start talking, and you start that new word. We started to network, and you know, and then you start, you know, building a partnership. And if you buy something, or if your company's now partners with another company, and you know, things grow. But it's got to start somewhere, folks. But I can still walk around a ham fest and have fun. I can still, because I'm sure, like many, especially when you're in the tailgating area, you see something that sparks of, I remember that from 10 years ago. I remember that from 30 years ago, or I knew this guy who had one. And it does jog some wonderful memories and everything. So,
and Huntsville, I think it was about a 50-50 split between the tailgating area and the big vendors. You know, maybe the vendors didn't have as much for sale, but they were showing stuff off. Gigaparts had a huge booth.
Now, correct me. Now, for Huntsville, is the tailgating section inside?
It is. It's 100% inside.
That's incredible. I think that's a huge plus, and that's very smart. I will.
Somebody made a comment. Somebody. So not to change it. Somebody made a comment about they would have gone to the show to see Jim lose the radio. I watched the video, and I have to say that I'd have to say that Steve is vindicated. Like, I watched it, and Jim was like, "Here you go," you know, like it wasn't this, you know. I don't think anybody ever thought ill and thought it was done in any malice way, but it was pretty clean. It was like, there you go. There's a radio, buy it. So, you know,
yeah. Well, and
Jim wasn't done wrong, you know, and I don't think
Jim said
he didn't
want it.
He didn't want it. You know what? Maybe you know what? Listen, I love watching and thanks to everybody who does, and they put together like Joe Brett. Again, you guys buy something, you spend hours and hours and hours, and we know you took hours and hours to edit it to give us, you know, an 8 to 15-minute video for us in the audience. We always appreciate that stuff. Okay. I got to tell you something, Ham Radio Adventure guy, man, that backpack that Jason from Gigaparts, what they're developing, that has I think the potential to be huge. I think that is incredible, very smart. I think they may have a good winner there. Winner, chicken dinner.
And they do have a winner. I will say some of us saw it before the show, and we were looking at it, and one of the guys said, well, how can we add a laptop to it? You know, because almost all of us carry a laptop for logging now. And I said, why don't you just make a pouch that's Velcro both sides? You Velcro into the back of it, slide the laptop in there. And Jason went, I can do that.
See?
So that's coming, you know. I will be ordering one of those.
Jason is a smart guy. He is part of that whole R&D where he's going to listen to the comments, and you know, again, version 1 is going to come out and it's going to be great, and then version 2 or whatever. I wish them very, very well with that particular project, because I know we're all struggling in our own. Listen, there's 100 ways of taking your stuff out in the field.
Oh, yeah.
And when I say the field is so different. We're talking to the park bench. We're talking to the top of the mountain. We're talking inside the pavilion, to your tailgate, whatever, or to your family's house while they're all barbecuing and you just want to be 30 feet away and you want to play a little radio.
The nice thing about that bag is it opens completely flat.
Yes.
The sides fold down, the zipper opens all the way up, you know, and it's like,
huge props. So if you have, if guys, if you don't really know what I'm talking about or what all 4 of us are talking about here, go to Ham Radio Adventure Guys channel. It's on there. You'll see it. Nice job. Nice job with that.
Let's see if I can find that link. But yeah, that was a great video. I didn't realize they had that at the show, but I was more networking with everybody walking around, so.
Yeah, I missed it. I didn't see it.
We want to dive into this giveaway, or you want to tease everybody? Or should we talk about Sealand?
No, let's not talk about Sealand. Well, let's talk about. Let's talk about the ultimate the deal that I brokered this week, Izzo.
What'd you do?
I told my wife wanted to buy a new antenna.
Okay.
and I didn't tell her the price. First of all, I didn't tell her the price. I just said I want a new antenna.
You never tell them the price.
She said, no problem. She says, I just want a new stove. I said, no problem. Deal.
That's easy. Wow. There was no negotiating. That was an easy one, right?
Wait. So now I got to know. What'd you order?
Well, I haven't ordered yet. I was going to buy the Radio Waves 6-band hex beam. And I have to get a rotor, of course. And then, the whole works. Now I'm thinking I could probably, since I didn't disclose the actual cost, maybe I should see if I can milk it for a little bit, better. We'll see.
Step by our dream beam.
Well, I'm trying to put value to this.
I don't know about that.
And without getting into Molson's wallet or his checkbook, that could be anywhere again, and I'm basing it upon the United States. That could be anywhere from maybe 1,500 to maybe 4,500, depending on what type of oven she wants. Based upon features, gas, electric, whatever. Does So, but
Listen,
Molson has some. Molson's got some room there.
Yeah, but here's the truth: we have a beautiful oven, glass top, but one of the elements is blown out, right? So I said, well, instead of a new stove, why don't I just order the new element? It's $250. She's like, yeah, okay, no problem. That's fine with me. So then now like, I got to play this properly, right? I can't go spending $3,000 when I just negotiated her down to $250 for a new element. I don't know. I have to see. I love my glass. Maybe the Radio Waves one is the best option because I don't want to do like Jody said in $5,000 Bosch oven. Like that's not happening.
Well, here's the thing. I've always wanted a Viking oven. I still think I do. We got the glass top. I love it. It's a pain in the neck to keep it clean, but when it's clean, it's beautiful. It accents the kitchen. It's really a nice stove. It does everything. It bakes, it convections, it does it all. But it's a pain in the neck to clean that thing. At least the top part of it. But just like
do you guys realize how much we spend on kitchens as people? Like we buy our appliances, right? We buy the stove, oven, fridge, the whole nonsense.
Yep.
Then the kitchen itself, which the prices are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they take up so much square footage in our house. Could you imagine how much somebody could charge if they came up with one of those we talked about it before in Star Trek there, where they pizza and it creates the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you saw that in Back to the Future. I think the third one or the second
Dude,
one. The second
you
one.
Could charge $250,000 for one of those in a house, and it would sell. The square footage, the kitchen, the replicator. That's it. And then the food costs, like you just got I wonder what they never showed on that is how they replenish the whatever made the food. Like what was it?
Well, they also never showed having a bathroom on board ship. So
that's true, which is also another expensive room in itself. Because I'm going through that now. I'm looking at potentially redoing the bathroom, the master bathroom, and I'm like,
without getting too graphic, how much money do we flush down the toilet every year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just in the toilet paper,
right.
Not mentioning anything else.
And what would the gain, like the weight gain, be considered? Because that's not a profit. Like, what is that?
No.
That's that's got to what would that be? I don't know. There's got to be a word for it. Like,
Daniel, you need to ask Josh about the Radio Waves hex beam because that's what he had up. That's what he had up before he went to the Step IR.
Interesting.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, he switched over to the Stepper, so. And
but
I'm looking.
I might be mistaken, but doesn't he not really have good luck with like antennas at his house? Is that? Am I thinking correctly?
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I'd have to ask him. He's in the chat.
Yeah.
Josh, do you have difficulty with noise floor at your house?
He does because his wife keeps bringing home touch lamps.
No, but yeah. But, listen, some people would put an antenna up and they have a bad experience at their house. It doesn't mean that it's a bad antenna, right? Like,
right.
That is
other
correct.
things that are involved in it too, right?
That is correct.
Your installation, your height, yada 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 yada. So, be interested. I'm open to antenna coaching. Give me some antenna advice there. But I want a hex beam.
I'm looking at that Radio Waves hex beam right now, and the 20/6 plus 40 short.
Bring up a picture. Show us.
Yeah.
Is about the same price as
the gorgeous. It's a gorgeous.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, but it's about the same price as the Stepper Urban Beam.
Yeah, but I don't want to be part of the cult. There's 3 cults that go on. There's Step IR, right? Let's be honest here. No. There's Step IR, the new Mercury cult. You heard about those guys? They're crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I could keep going. There's the
Elecraft, the Flex crowd.
No, there's the Flex cult. Oh man. In order to get access, you have to flex. That's for sure. There's so many. I don't know.
I will say there was a young man at the Hamfest that pulled the ultimate flex.
What's that?
He got his dad to buy the full flex setup.
Are you serious?
The Flex, the
That was
Tuner
the
Genius.
young kid. That was the young kid in the
That was a
pavilion?
young kid.
Kudos to that kid.
They don't live too far from me. So, yeah.
Hey, Molson, Cape Cod CNC was talking about a Fritzell. They're out of Germany. They're wire antennas, man. I played with one a long time ago, man. Incredible antenna.
I gotta Google that.
Yeah, I don't know if they come to America. Well, for Canada, obviously it'd be different, but
welcome to America.
Yep, Hiking and Ham got it right. TJ and Thomas.
And
Dad with the new lightened wallet.
Molson, what do you want to do? I know we all want to walk to the beat of our own drums and have fun and don't get caught up in that whole marketing thing. I get all that.
My own drum. What do I want to do?
Yeah, what do you want to do? Like, what's perfect for you?
What do you mean?
So, let's start from the bottom.
Retire at 40.
All right. Besides that, playing radio, is 200 watts sufficient for you, or do you want the amplifier?
Well, I have an amp, but I don't go past 250 because my license permits me to go to 250.
And the reason why I'm starting like this is so some guys start up here and then and feline, but then they add an amplifier and then they realize they need to do some improvements. So start from the bottom and work your way up for your design to ensure that everything is can handle what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm kind of sour about that too because I got the amplifier, so I had to get a new ballon to handle the power, right? Well, now the ballon is something's different. And before, 40 meters was flat all the way across the band for me, and 20 didn't need a tuner.
Right.
And now 40 is all wacky. So I'm probably going to look for another ballon.
Is it's the same? It's 4-1. They were both 4-1.
Yeah, but it's two different brands, and the one I got was a Jetstream. I found a more expensive, better brand after I bought that one. But
does more expensive mean better? Come on.
No, it doesn't. So
don't be consumerized.
That's why I brought the Jetstream on home. Give it a shot. Everything deserves a chance.
Izzo, I have no like goal. Like I enjoy doing 40 and 20 meters. Right. I enjoy doing contesting occasionally. I enjoy just having fun, and I don't have any pressure. You guys know me. I don't have any pressure to keep up with the Joneses and when I do or buy.
No, you don't. You're right.
And it's just a question of like, and at the end of the day, the reality is we all have to manage our cash flow and what we can do. And so I do it step by step. And if something interests me, or it's been a while now, I've been talking about buying a Hex, and I finally decided, let's do it. And I have no other. I have HF. I have dual band, and I'm happy with what I do. I have an amp. I have equipment, but I'm not afraid of buying used either. My money goes a lot further. I'm happy with my AL811 from Ameritron. I have the same one as JB over there. I paid $500 Canadian pesos for it. It works fantastic. Do I need to step up to a $3,000 Mercury or whatever? Absolutely not. I'm happy with what I have. Maybe if I win tonight's $40 million lottery, I might be buying you all a Flex radio. That's for sure. But
you know what I would be buying us? I would be buying us an island. I did some island looking today.
Can we claim our own sovereignty?
Because of what happened was, it's very interesting.
Did you tell them what happened with Sealand?
No, not yet. You tell them. Tell. Finish it off.
So for those who are watching tonight, there's this place called the Principality Sealand, which has declared itself a sovereign nation in the 1960s, just outside of UK. You can Google it yourself and figure it out. And for £29.99, you can register to be a lord. And we thought that the Clubhouse should register to be the Lords of Sealand as a joke, because it was a pirate radio guy who did it. He declared sovereignty.
They kicked ass.
Him and his wife.
Yeah.
They kicked that. They literally fought off the UK Navy. Not that it's hard to do that. Like, you can do that with a couple paddle boats, but yeah, and Germans too. There's a whole story. It's great. It's great. Anyways, and so we decided to register as Lord Ham Radio Clubhouse, and we were rejected because that's not a real name. So
we were offended.
So we had-
offended. Nobody puts us in the corner. You don't put us in the corner.
So
Hell, we had
so
the
whole thing
luggage
was
packed and everything. We had everything.
it was in 67. We had everything. We were gonna say we were actually we wanted to buy a we wanted to own a little square so we could put a Ham Radio Clubhouse sticker on it.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
Yep.
And we were gonna do.
But it was a pirate radio guy
that.
like most of you guys know, BBC or whatever, they got in trouble for pirate radio in the 60s, and so he went on the island and claimed it his own so that he can put up a broadcast tower there and not be in trouble. So we thought, you know what, in the spirit of radio, we should do that. But anyway, so now we have to register it in our secretary's name. So it'll be Lord Shane, and that's what we should do. Just register it in Lord Shane. And
So this
yes,
is what
Jody, we are beat by the system again.
The man beat us down.
man.
However, though, you know what happens when you beat us down? Guess what we do? We get up again because we are tough. We are tough like leather. We're rawhide. Okay, we're like beef jerky. Anything else?
Quit while you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead.
Okay. So I did this. I did like what anyone else would do. I went to the Google. And I Googled how to buy, and you learn that certain things are for sale as property versus sovereign nations and versus this and versus that. But in Ontario region, there are a ton of islands available. And I think the cheapest one was 400,000 to the millions, obviously. But it was very interesting because I learned if you're going to buy an island, how are you going to get on the island? Is there dock access already? What are you going to do with utilities? We all know the solar panel is the easiest thing. It's the flush that we have to make sure that we're going to be environmentally responsible for.
No, you had to be responsible. Never mind.
Yeah, we have to be, Joe. Plus, we want to be. Come on. Right? Listen, besides, it makes pretty flowers about a mile away or a couple acres away. But let's just be responsible about it. And how are you going to get goods to and from the island, from the mainland and stuff. But it was it was fun to dream, to say, if I ever win that big ticket and all those zeros, yes, there's my kids and a few other people. Their college trust funds will be put away. A few other things. I will take care of a few other people who have helped me dearly. I want to. How do you say thank you to some people?
Thank you.
And yes, Joe.
Let's
Joe, you may get a new soundboard out of it.
There you go.
See, this is how we help.
So let's get ready to do the announcement for the giveaway.
Yes.
Before we do that, to warm up, let's do a draw for a sticker pack, guys. Let's do that. You want to do that?
I like
Steve?
that.
Can you
A
pull
warm
it
up.
Yeah, we can do that.
Warm it up, baby.
Daniel wants to warm up.
Yeah.
NAYO, I'll buy you whatever paddle, whatever CW paddle you want. I'll buy it for you. I don't care if it has rhinestones on it. If you want it, brother, you can have it.
I would also like to take this time to do a little disclaimer about this sticker pack. I think that it's going to be sent out from Shane, so it may take a couple months, but
because he had all that time off at the beginning part of the month. That won't happen in September. So
yeah. I need to get more stickers. So need to.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to do a word here. So what's the word? Izzo, make it up. What's the word? You know what? It should be the word.
Yeah,
that's it.
Capital T, capital
word,
W.
The word.
You got
the
the
word.
word.
No, I don't know where to go.
Okay. Hang on.
See, Steve saves our ass every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
If I win the lottery tonight, it's $40 million. That's Canadian pesos. That's a heck of a lot of money. Not like you guys with your $500 million. I'll donate a Flux Radio for a giveaway. You know what? They're drawing the numbers in 5 minutes, guys. We might have a live results on the Clubhouse.
You want to know why? Because my family always said, you know what lotto really means? Loser. Put your money into other things and don't waste your money. So
Listen, a $3
You're running
quick pick
behind,
ticket is totally worth it.
I know, but you know something though. I'm blessed. Listen, I am, and you know I say this very. I am blessed. I got some good family. My friends here with us tonight in the chat and in other locations. I got the Raw Boys up there in Middletown. Man, I got my buddy Scotty. I am blessed to have. So to me, sometimes all those zeros, yeah, it's nice to dream about it, but I wouldn't trade that money for anything.
So there, type up what you see there. The word. I think it says we have 57 entries. So
Yep.
that's
Do they have to have the space between the E and the W?
Yes.
Make sure you guys do it exactly. That's what I'm saying.
64.
No, you know what? I buy like a lottery ticket like once every 4 or 5 months. Like when I'm like, I'm at the store and it's like, ooh, $40 million. That would be that'd be interesting.
Now, don't get me wrong.
anyways.
Even the smaller pools to get a check once a week or whatever, that's still nice.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Listen, you're not going to be complaining about it if I buy you a Flex, okay, Izzo? So
honestly, no. Honestly, I would ham it forward. I'm no disrespect. You want to know why? I'm not in the shack. I don't spend my hours in the shack to enjoy it. So to me, don't give it to me. I said, listen, the thought, love you, thank you, but don't give that to me. Give it to a guy who sits in the shack.
Imagine this. What if this would be amazing. What if we won a lottery, we bought 10 Flex radios. We sent them across the US to our viewers, but they had to be a remote setup. And then the Ham Radio Clubhouse would have a network of remote sites where you can log in.
Is this where we got to get Kyle involved?
It's got to have a flow.
Yeah, Kyle's got to be in everything. We need to have someone to blow when things go down.
Besides that, Kyle's got to get involved, network the whole thing out with Steve.
Now, see, actually, the Flex is real easy. You just have to have the Smart SDR login, and as long as it's plugged into the internet, you can access it.
Okay, but here's the thing. No disrespect to Flex, but if it doesn't have a good antenna system with it.
Oh, yeah. No.
So it's more than just the radio, guys. It's about the feed line, the tower structure, the antenna.
Listen, I think, listen, I've heard, I'm not going to say it.
No, you don't do that. Say it. You don't do that.
You can't pull a Steve, Daniel. That's my
build us up.
Exactly, man.
Hold on. You know.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
That is Steve. That is so Steve.
All right. So we're at 80. When do you want me to hit the button?
Do it.
Actually, we're at 79.
Do it.
You
snooze, you lose. We got to get on to the next thing. Yeah.
I'd almost have Cal design us a nice antenna or antennas.
Hey, there
radio on the air.
Hey, excellent.
You got that, Shane? Write it down.
Yeah, but hold on, guys. We have to have a little bit of a conference meeting here because we were talking before about taking out the UK Navy with some canoes and paddle boats, and technically he's in the UK. Are we at war? Are the Lords of Sealand at war with the UK right now? I just need to know that.
No. We love the UK. They give us some great stuff, including the US.
Right, we'll send it to him. They
gave us Cal. Come on.
Do another one. Draw another one. Just pick another one. We'll give him. John's going to get it. Let's do a second pack. Just redraw. There you go. 2 winners.
Redraw.
Daniel's warming up for that lottery.
Yeah, pump it twice.
Christopher.
What'd you stop for?
Cocoon.
I'm not going to pronounce that. No disrespect.
Christopher, did I announce it? Did I say it right? Christopher Cocoon? Cahoon? I don't know. I don't mean
Daniel is our Daniel is our speech guy. So,
Chris, if you're not in our Discord, reach out to us. We'll get your address
or you can message if you have a call sign, just put it there. We'll look you up on the Zed. It'll be good.
hamradioclubhouse@gmail.com will always work too, guys.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so for those, I'll just take we have 106 people watching, so we're going to do the announcement for the giveaway. For those who don't know, the purpose of the Ham Radio Clubhouse, people, common interest in the hobby. We are a real clubhouse. our club. We talk radio, we talk other stuff. Sometimes we have a topic, but what it is, it's the community. You see, we have a bunch of people watching. It's the time together. We talk about everything that interests us beyond ham radio. And so everything that is raised through the Ham Radio Clubhouse is turned back to the community. This is our third giveaway, official radio giveaway. Plus, we've done other ones there.
We're not buying no islands with that money. Just remember that.
No, I'm pushing for a Flex Radio giveaway. Just saying. Just saying.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, we can dream. So all the donations that we receive through Super Chats, buy us a coffee, the money that comes in through ad revenue, that all goes back to the Clubhouse, to you guys, the viewers, and donated back. So we gave away a G90 kit, which was more than a kit. It was a tablet for logging, everything. And so there was a point where we had the opportunity. We also said to our viewers, if you have gear that you don't use, we can connect it with people who need stuff, right? And so we had a great donation of a radio. It is a radio that was purchased and it was never used. And then, in fact, it got sent back to ICOM to do a complete verification for this giveaway. Completely checked over by ICOM with the receipt and everything. And so we took that and put it together as a kit. So this, maybe if you're a beginner and you don't have a kit, or even if you've been in it for a while, this kit is available. It's not a Flex 6400, but it's a really cool kit. And so what it is for this, and I think there's a little bit more, but we still have to discuss it. You want to bring it up, Steve-O?
Yeah.
So coming up for the giveaway in September. Yes.
Jody, thanks for the super chat.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Jody, for the pay it forward. So we have the IC718 that is coming in. We're throwing in an LD. What is that? That's a LDG tuner, right?
That's actually the power supply, and I believe that's an Alinco. In that
okay,
picture.
So we had talked about an LDG tuner as well.
Yep.
So
we are going to
Shane, see, you're supposed to be here, buddy, and your picture is not proper. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a full description of what the whole thing is. There's
no, that's an Icom. Wait. Time out. That I just blew up the picture. That's an Icom IC718. He did it right.
Well, no, we're talking about the power supply.
That's a power supply. Then we have a tuner we talked about. So now here
tuner. Yeah, we talked about
tuner. There's a tuner. There's Coax.
Plug and play, guys. Plug and play tuner.
Yeah. That looks like the MFJ antenna. I don't think this thing is complete, and I'm not going to say everything that's in it yet. We're going to give it out next week, 100%. Shane, I'm so disappointed in you. He's going to lose his job as a secretary. I'm telling you that now. No, we love him.
You going to take it over?
No, I'm not. Screw that. Okay, so there's more to the kit than this.
About it, you're going to do it.
Now I feel like we shouldn't have done this. There's more to the kit than this. I feel bad.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? The way it's going to work is we have the hamradioclubhouse.com or hamradioclubhouse.com. We have both websites. They link to the same one. On September 1st, we are going to have officially launched the sign up for the giveaway. You go to our website and you just register for the giveaway, and your name is in it. And you are eligible to win. And we're going to be doing the draw later in September. And what we will do is we will put up a full list of description of everything that's in the kit. And you guys, we're going to have the opportunity to win that. So
just register once. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Just one and done. You're not going to be getting any clickbait email to join this list. No, we don't do all that stuff. This is old school. Boom. That's it. One and done. You're in. You're in the fishbowl.
Yep.
It's like the old school days of putting your business card in the fishbowl at the conventions. Remember that, Molson?
But we're not going to sell your information.
We're not going to sell your information. No.
And we don't spam you. We're not like Bridgecom. We're not the Bridgecom email. We'll send you 6 emails a day. Sorry. Yeah.
Matter of fact, you won't get anything from us.
Yeah. Uber Geek. Yeah, you can enter. Why not?
Why? Where is he?
Well, he's the one that donated the ICOM radio to us.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Uber Geek, thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Ham fam. Ham fam around here is awesome, as always. Okay. And Ham Radio Adventure Guy, if you win it, you better take that out to a Poda Park, and we're going to work each other. Of course, we will make contact.
So Hiking and Hammond says that would be a great HF rig for Pink. Well, get Pink to just sign up. So September 1st, the sign up application is officially on the website, hamradioclubhouse.com. And yeah, we'll have everything.
If you guys are superstitious, if there's any superstitious people out there on the first day of the month, your first words are usually rabbit. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to say rabbit on September 1st, and then you're going to register. So there you go, and that's your good luck, and maybe you'll win. So.
Never heard of that one.
Never heard that, Joe? Yeah.
No.
You say rabbit, and it covers you for the 30 or 31 days of the month with good luck. I don't know. It helps me. Helps me.
And Ham Radio Hef's got it right. You get 1 HT from Bridgecom, and now you feel like you're family to them. They email us more than our family do.
And so, also talking about the giveaway, did y'all mention the Game and Ham? He would like to do a 3D printed. He hasn't decided what he's going to 3D print yet exactly, but
okay,
he wants to throw something in there as well. So
thank you.
If anybody knows who's watching tonight knows of a young ham who can't afford the gear, and let us know. Shoot us an email. We'd love to crowdsource something to put together. That's what the whole point of this is. So we can put people in contact. We have antennas that people are willing to donate, soldering stations. Yeah, just let us know, and we'd love to help out with that. So yeah. Anyways, so that's that. September 1st.
Wait. Time out. What happened to Molson's camera?
I'm just too beautiful. I broke it. I'm too beautiful. There you go.
I thought maybe it fogged up on us.
Yeah. Anyways,
what are we gonna do
that's
about
the deal.
shipping?
September 1st. We ship.
To where? And not
the lower 48.
Lower 48 only, guys. That's our only
Yeah,
stipulation.
that.
That's a small print, we have to say.
Yeah, I'm not too pleased with that.
Well, I'm not either, but dadgum.
Well, unless
You
Mr.
could almost
UPS,
put a down payment on a truck for what it costs to ship.
well, if Mr. UPS, the CEO or the president, is a ham radio operator and he wants to help and to get contact us and let us know, man. There you go. I'm putting it out there.
I got a bone to pick with UPS. They destroyed a couple of my laptops for work.
You think they were playing football or
past
the box?
They crushed the box and damaged both laptops.
Hey, look, I'm Tom Brady. No, you're not. Tom Brady's in Florida, isn't he? Just stick to your packages.
So
Bean
I broke
Bean, good night, Bean.
I broke a laptop screen the other day at work.
Oh no.
How'd you do that?
I grabbed the screen ever so gently and just turn the computer and snap.
They are sensitive.
You don't know your own strength. You must be all those muscles, all those vegetables from Canada, from all those vegetables you've been eating in Canada.
It was like the smallest little pink and across the screen. My laptop. It wasn't even my laptop. It was somebody else's. I was training someone. My laptop. My computer bag. I throw that thing all over the place. My dogs lie on top of my computer bag. I never have an issue. I'm training someone on their laptop, and I just say, "Yeah, look," and I turn the screen, and it snapped. So, yeah. Luckily, they plug it into a dock and have two screens on their desk.
Okay.
So I got to fix it. And
so you don't have a micro center, do you? I hear they got cheap laptops.
Listen, you and your $60
I don't think that
laptops. I don't think it'll run the program that I run. So,
guys in the chat are talking about the expenses. What is this import tax? Is this what we've come to as humans?
There's no duties on ham radio gear coming into Canada from the States.
I just remember playing Monopoly.
Tax, that's it.
Because Monopoly was the last box on the Monopoly board was the luxury tax for $350, and if somebody put a house, it went to like $750 I mean, what the hell is going on? Come on, is this how we're running countries? Is this how we're generating revenue?
Well, so taxes on amateur radio gear So importing amateur radio gear from the US, there's no duties on it. You just pay sales tax. That's it. Into Canada from the States. So it's a pretty sweet deal. And that's what makes we have one amateur radio store in Canada, in Toronto. And we talked about this before. By the time they put their markup and their exchange rate on it, it's cheaper for me to buy a radio from the US than from Canada.
Wow.
So you can meet Scout so you meet Scout 75 at the border somewhere, and
Yeah. No, it's literally I think we calculated that one time on the show on like it was minimum a couple $100 savings. And if I buy it from the States.
What is kinning, or is that just a typo? I'm looking at something in the chat here from Cape Cod.
No
kidding. Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, I'll put my glasses on. I didn't know if it was a tax I didn't know about, some kind of duty thing.
You have your glasses on.
Yes, I do. But I know nothing about duty. About all this duty stuff.
It's it has to do with competitive. It's what's it called?
This is why we got to buy our own island.
No, like most of it is to balance out the honestly, in my opinion, most of it's just to balance out so like if you're going to import something from somewhere else that's cheaper to produce it, it makes your home stuff a little bit more competitive. That's a huge part of it, right? If you buy a t-shirt from some country, it costs you $2 to make that t-shirt. There's a duty on it. It brings up the cost, and then you have to weigh out the benefit of bringing it in from overseas or from a local. That's a huge part of it.
I don't buy a t-shirt that has duty on it. That's all I know. Duty.
You do. You just don't pay it. You don't pay it yourself. It's covered in the, when you buy at the store, they took care of it already.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's taxes and duties for you coming into Canada. But it's cheaper to buy from the US. What do you want me to say? We did that. We went on Amazon. I looked up a light on Amazon. It was like $60 US, right? Amazon.com. If you put 30% exchange rate on that, it is what it is. That's another $18 on top of it. That's $78 plus a little bit of duties and tax. You go on Amazon.ca, it's $130 for the same light. So, when I buy on Amazon, a lot of times I buy from Amazon.com because it's worth for me to pay the exchange rate and the duties. Yep. So
ways around the system.
Well, it's just smart shopping.
Or like I said, call Scout 75 and let them throw the package over.
Yeah. So
where is he? What happened? Scout 75, where are you? Where'd you go?
Josh never came back and talked about that. Josh never came back and talked about the radio waves. I want to know what he says. So what's his name?
Run.
N5SKT says that it was probably more than just bad reception, like bad noise floor at his house. He had issues with the antenna. So
maybe he was driving on the fall of 5.
Well, what I could do is I can buy it and I can, tune it up, and then Josh can watch my video and he can learn how to tune his.
I think he also got a deal on that challenge. So
that's a challenge.
Or maybe I should buy his off of him. Josh, do you still have yours? I'll buy it off of you.
Why don't you have Ariel make you one?
I mean, there's plans out there to make them.
Right. That's
what the problem is? It's
sourcing all the parts.
It's the sourcing the parts. Like you guys have McMaster car, you can buy the fiberglass pipe from. We don't. Like I've looked to buy fiberglass.
Order them from Cal.
From what?
Order them from Cal. Get the DX Commander mast. Make it an 80 meter or 160.
I'm not talking about a vertical. I'm talking about you want me to make a mast? No way. I'm not going to buy his poles. And what's the cost of those poles to do a hex? By the time I buy all those poles off him and I ship it here, it's twice the price of the radio waves.
Well, why don't you be nice and maybe he'll help you out? Say something nice about him. Be sincere.
No, I got to find a good source to buy fiberglass pipe or
Try MGS. Try them.
MGS.
At Mike Golf Sierra.
Okay, it's not MSG.
It's not MSG,
No.
right? Because
Not the crap they put in the Chinese food.
No, but they got some nice interlocking collar masks, and they sell the tubes separately if you want. Again, I don't know if it's reasonable, if it's going to meet your needs. But
You have to send me the link because I just Googled MGS and I got Marriott Global Source.
All right, hang on. Just give me a second. I got it in one of my folders here.
But there's not a lot of options. Like you have the Buddy, what is it? The Buddy Hex. I'm just really concerned about durability with our winters up here. You know, I know that some people in Canada have a step IR, but you have huge differences between 6 hours away in the Niagara region, which is like they barely get any snow sometimes there, and Vancouver, which they have tulips blossoming in February. Like huge difference in climate and the weather. And so I don't know where the people with the step IR they live, but I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know. I know some people have told me before that people have them in bad weather, but
I just posted the website, and there's a whole bunch of pages that you can go look at. So
okay, so yeah, that's the fiberglass pusher mass. I need the stuff for Hex Kit.
No. But go to Fiberglass products. Go to the top of the page.
Yeah.
And click Fiberglass products.
Okay, I see that.
That might meet your needs. I don't know what your project is, but
antenna spreader. They have antenna spreaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like their products. I really like. I mean, Steve saw mine. It's really a nice. It's a heavy duty.
Oh, that's super cheap, man.
As in,
like
price is good for you, or
yeah, price is insane. But I don't know what size this is for. This is so that it says hex beam antenna fiberglass spreader kit, and in black stealth. Ooh, if you have an HOA, you can $259. So $260. But what's it for? What? No, that's the whole kit.
Oh,
6 1 inch outside, 6 1 inch out, 1 inch outside. OD 48 inches long, 6 3/4 OD 48 inches long, 6 1/2 inch OD 48 inches long, and 1 main pipe, which is the 1 1/4. But the design of this one here, I'm trying to figure out, like, is it a 4-band, 6-band? What is it? So Josh HRCC is here. Is that the radio waves hex beam? Or is that another one that you're not a fan of?
So. Yeah, I was gonna say the Buddy Hex sounded pretty good up at Monsanto, but I didn't play with the directionality.
The website's saying their quad spreaders go from UHF down to 40 meters. So again, you're going to have to price out what you want and look at the various. But again, if you look at between the sleeving tubes, the round solid rods, the square hollow tubes, I think they could possibly meet your needs as far as your designing goes. Your design needs.
I'm looking at they have 14 gauge bare copper wire, 275 feet. So this is like what they're suggesting to do the kit. Which is nice. They have the spreaders, they have the wire, they have the guy wires, but nowhere in here does it talk about what this kit is designed for. That's the only issue I have.
I have called them in the past, and I found their customer service. I did not ask them that question, but my questions were answered, and they were able to explain things to me at my level of understanding, and so I found their customer service to be A+. So,
yeah. Okay, well, maybe I'll give them a call tomorrow.
There you go.
And see what they say.
Tell them you know me.
You know what? I'm not concerned about building the hex beam. Like, I'll either, if I source it like this as a kit, or I buy a complete, set, a whole kit as like a pre-made kit, pre-packaged kit. What I'm thinking about is the rotor, right? So I can get myself. Like, one of the guys here has the ASU rotors. He has like 6 of them. But it's getting into the idea of I'd probably end up doing that Arduino rotator controller, right? You guys seen those?
Mm-hmm.
I have seen that. I've got the CDE rotator controller, which works with the MFJ rotators, the high gain.
Yeah.
And it's got some sort of Arduino or something in it. But DX Engineering just announced their rotator today.
Okay.
And it's got some nice upgrades to it.
Molson, I'm going to presume temperature extremes is going to be one of your biggest concerns, correct?
Well, ice, rain. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but like part of me, I haven't. Just with what I do, materials is an important thing, and like some of the, for me, and I think Josh, I think we talked about another live stream just about the ability of the step IR, antennas to handle ice. People have had it, but I am concerned about a mechanism that's sliding inside of tubing, with the weight of snow and it's just a reality up here. Like our end feds get stretched all the time, right? Like.
Right.
Even I got a buddy has a hex beam and his got completely inverted, and luckily it sprung back, and the other guy his got destroyed. The fiberglass, spreaders all got destroyed. So, unfortunately, it's all sort of subjected to some degree. Like I don't think that there's, I don't think people really rate their hex beams and their on snow loads. It would be nice, but
DX Engineering is proud of their rotor. Apparently,
what's the model number? I want to pull this up or pull it up on the screen. What's the
RT 4500 HD?
Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen for everybody.
$3,500.
Yeah, well,
yeah, that's the full package. So that's the green heron controller, the rotator, and the clamp. But yeah, that's.
Well, yeah, let me go check if I have my lottery.
I was just going to say you better play that lotto ticket.
Is that like a worm gear rotator or something?
It's
got to be stout to be that much.
Yeah, they're. I mean, when you compare it to like the Yaesu 450,
I thought that was expensive.
$309.
Yeah, that's my
entire tower with it.
That's my price range there.
$310.
I got that.
So the days of the Radio Shack light duty TV rotor for $49.99 are those days are gone, right? Because I think I just dated myself.
Actually, I've got one of those sitting right there.
They're great. Stomper. They're great for like 2 meter, beams and and other, stuff for VHF, UHF a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna check this out. Jody V5SAR says that it's. Hold on, let me go back. I don't want to miss. DX Engineering Control is a rebadged Green Heron RT21.
Yep, and they mentioned that today on their stream. But
okay, but let's see what the price is. RT21, $600 for the controller. So, yeah. I don't know. Like you asked me where I'm going, Izzo. It's value engineering. That's what that is. Like I'm not gonna spend $3,500 on a rotor.
No, but I think we listen. I think we all do it at some variable. Where like if I need I'll give you for instance, if I need something that has to withstand sustained winds for 75, I'm going to build something, or I'm going to want something that's going to do 125 to 150, 170. I want it heavier. I'm not going to play that game of and spin the wheel, roll the dice, whatever you call it. That to me is frustrating. I've done that before, and 9 times out of 10, I pay for it, and then it costs me more. So to me, let's just think this out and let's do it right the first time. And don't just just because something comes up and like a fish, something shiny and like catches your eye, and next thing you know, you're laying down money. think about, look at the specs of everything.
Okay, but let's be honest here. So
maintenance. Look at maintenance too. Is there any maintenance on that rotor? Maybe that's a great rotor. If you're going to spend, let's say, between $1,800 to $3,000 on a rotor for that package, by the time you're all done, maybe that's the greatest thing for you. Especially based upon
okay, but I hear you, but let's look at this. Okay, you have the clamp, you have the rotor itself, and you have the controller. So it's $3,500. Let's just round it up a couple, $35. Let's take off the RT21, which was $600. Okay, so that's $2,900 left in our fund to just essentially fund the actual rotor itself. Controller's taken care of. That's $2,900 for the rotor itself. I have a hard time to say, I have a hard time to just say that DX Engineering, like I'd have to look at the specs for the Yaesu, but the Yaesu rotor is a serious contender. It's not a fly-by-night company.
Regardless,
it's not a fly-by-night company. And like, let's pull up the Yaesu specs, so
long, Shane.
Let's see the Yaesu rotor. Let's pull those specs up.
While you're doing that, let's not forget about let's not put a cheap antenna on top of it either.
Yeah, but we're not even there right now. Okay, we're just talking about the rotor, right?
You know where I'm going with. You know where I'm going with this too.
Let's look in Canada. RadioWorld.ca. My connection is secure. All right, let's look at the specs on this. So right now, I didn't just look around. We got medium heavy duty rotor. It's the G800 DXA, 20 square foot. That's the wind load, right? 20 square feet of wind load it can have. Let's see what it says for torque, rotation torque compared to the DX Engineering. So we're in kilograms in the Yaesu one. And what are we here? You guys can keep talking. I'm looking at this because I'm not sold. Sold.
I didn't realize what they were charging for that.
Also, how many kids you got? It's called rite of passage. Dad needs the antenna. Somebody made a comment regarding give the kids a compass or put some marking somewhere. That's how we did it back in the 70s, and that's how we did it.
The strong arm rotator.
Yes, the strong arm. That's how I did it.
So the conversion here is not so simple. The Yaesu is in metric, and then the DX Engineering's in standard, imperial, whatever one you want to call it. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm not. Listen,
Jody
you can buy. You can. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here, I'll post.
What did Jody post?
Yeah, it's right here. I just tagged it up here. I never heard of it. Alpha Spid series road again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but listen, Yaesu. I know so many people with a Yaesu rotor that are happy with it. And those things, like look at a Yaesu. Let me pull this up. I'm going to share this with you guys, okay? First thing I look at, you can say what you want. I build stuff for a living, all right? And I give warranties. So let me just tell you, when I look at this, look at that rotor, the connection between the actual motor going to the mast, right? That looks pretty stout. That's not some small little plastic thing. Let's go over here to the DX Engineering and look at that little tiny, circumference here, this little. I'm sorry, but when I look at this compared to just visually, not even looking at specs, this sucker here looks
assuming right now. To be all fair, we don't know about the thrust bearing inside both of them.
Well, so here we can go and you can look at your rotation torque, your braking torque. You got it all, but it's in metric. You can convert kilograms to pounds as 2.2, right? I don't know if it's a direct conversion. Here we got it would be times 2.2, but that's centimeters. That's in centimeters. And if we go over here, this is probably per inch, right? So where is it? The brake strength. I'm looking at your. I should just look at mine here.
There it is.
Braking torque. It's 18,500. So that's inch square, like inch pounds, right? So it's very different than kilograms centimeter. So conversion, I'd have to look at that. Inch pound to
create a spreadsheet, whatever you gotta do.
Kilogram centimeters. Let's look at that. Let's just do it. Let's use Google. Convert.
Go to the Google.
Pound force inch. Yeah, no, let's do it. This is what we're
this is what we're learning tonight.
1 pound force inch equals 1.15 kilogram force. So whatever the conversion, let's put it in here. From kilogram force centimeters to pound, force torque. Enter a pound force inch to convert, so 18,000. And that equals 20,734 kilogram force centimeter. Well, let's go back to here to here. Where's our brake torque? So it appears there's a huge difference, but I'm not sold.
Yeah.
I'm not sold.
So
I just, yeah.
The DX Engineering rotator is a high ratio worm gear. Now, you still have to have the clamp that goes on top of it.
Well, that's sold in that kit.
Yeah, it's sold in the kit.
Which is right here. Here.
You know, it's a 4-wire connection, whereas I think the Yaesu is a 6-wire. But
yeah,
if you're buying, control cable, you're gonna buy what you need.
I would like to see. I'd actually like to see this, and I'd like to see a comparable spec sheet on these two, like just in similar, in the same system, the metric or imperial, and work it out. But I don't know. I look at this in an engineering standpoint, and that's a very small footprint for something that's going to take.
Do you think it's
side wind loads?
Weak point? Do you think it's a weak point?
Absolutely. Just in my experience building stuff, I built, so just so when an outboard motor company comes out with a 350 horsepower motor, and then they want to put it in a trade show booth, and it's on a stand and it rotates, right? Or like a car platform that rotates. I built those before, and it's quite so we've used, not this obviously, but turntable motors and stuff like that. And so when you go through that and you start to talk with engineers, and you've had warranty issues where customers aren't happy because it breaks after 2 years, you start to look at just first impressions on building. Anybody who does any engineering thing will look at it and say, that's a weak point in my opinion. That's just my 2 cents. And I know opinions are well, we're an amateur radio.
But one of the things, and I say this very sincerely, when I first met you, that was a very positive quality that I like about you, because of your building and engineering perspective, you look at it so much differently. Others look at it from a marketing. Oh, it's pretty red. I look at it. It looks solid, but there is much more than just that. Now, this could be it. This could be, but again, until you see it and feel it and touch it and talk to the manufacturer. Again, this is why you just don't buy something sight unseen.
Listen, that's just my opinion. My opinion is not worth much. It's just when I look at it,
Well, I'm with you, Daniel. I'd like to see the big 3 compared: DX Engineering, High Gain, and Yaesu.
Listen, if you're going to ask me to spend $3,500 of my hard-earned money, over $650 of my hard-earned money, you better justify it, right? My brand loyalty is not there. I don't have brand loyalty. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a cult follower. I'm not sell it to me, right? And that's what it is. So what is okay, yeah, you say it's more heavy duty. You know how many people say that? How many companies say that, their stuff is better? And we've all been victims of people's nonsense marketing. How is it better? And show me it in the wild, I love that they have that. And that's $3,600. They have the touch screen, which is amazing. The Arco touch screen. It looks really cool. But, that's just me. I'm sorry, I'm a consumer. You want to sell it to me? Sell it to me. Yeah. I don't know. Now, this one here, it has so the Yaesu had a 20 square foot wind load rating. And this one here is 35 square foot wind load rating. So that's an improvement. There's an improvement there. But does my antenna need 35 square foot wind load rating?
And only you can answer that question based upon your individual needs for your environment, your weight of your antenna, the type, the length of your, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right.
Yeah, but you know what? Find yourself a tower that can handle 35 pounds of wind load.
Someone, that's an excellent point. That's an excellent point.
I've looked. You're not talking about like. Do you know what your wind load is on your tower there, Steve?
I've got it someplace. I gotta find it.
What do you have? You have a Roan what?
No, it's the Illuma Tower.
Okay, you're probably gonna have Illuma Tower. You're probably, and do you know what model it is?
It is the HDX50.
HDX50. Dude,
Yeah.
we're hams. We speak in phonetics.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the T50 Hotel November.
Okay, if you have yourself a Roan tower, I believe that you're going to have a difficult time finding a one that can handle an antenna with 35 foot-pounds. So what is it? It was the T what?
Yeah, it's the Tango Tech 50 Hotel November. It's an 18 square foot maximum wind load.
There you go. So yours, so this rotor can handle twice what your tower can, right? Mm-hmm. Let's look up a Roan. And so it's not even, I would consider that most hams can't even probably use this rotor on their towers.
Well, no. You need to probably go into the commercial world.
Yeah, well, but that's most hams don't have the commercial grade.
Even if you went with the extra heavy duty from Illuma Tower, there's still only 25 square foot max wind load on that tower.
And that's the tower. So if you have two antennas on there, like if your vertical is two square foot of wind load, that comes off of that total. That's your total amongst all your towers, right? Mm-hmm. And don't forget that your mass itself on your tower is going to create. So if you put a 15-foot mass pipe on that of a 2-inch or whatever diameter on that, that's adding to your wind load.
Correct.
Right. So that's right there. The wind load of that. That's most. I would say probably, in my opinion, without doing a study, 90% of hams at least, it would be overkill for their towers, in my opinion. And honestly, you'd be surprised how little wind load some of those antennas have. Like, what is a hex beam wind load on that? Hex beam.
Well, so while you're doing that, you got to remember too. I think, in all fairness to the various manufacturers, that rotor is not like for me right now. For how I'm using ham radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As well as the commitment that you are going to put into the hobby. What are you going to use it for? So again, there is products, not only price point, but from an engineering, quality build to meet our various needs.
Well, I think that there's a market for this. I'm just saying, for me, like, I can look at it and say, "Ooh, it's new and it's big and it's beautiful," but it's not even in the realm of what I need.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, do I spend $2,500 that I need? Is it a $2,500 investment that I need? Or it was a $600 investment, the one I need? And even if you go to the $2,500 one, it can handle a wind load of where I just looked at it. Hold on a second here. Yeah, still over 35 square feet.
Yeah.
Right. So like, you're over engineering on something you don't like. It's like,
I was gonna say, in the step IR,
but you don't want it under engineered though.
No, but it's not. But don't forget that they probably have they'll have a safety factor in this already, right? So if they say 20 square feet of wind load, it's probably rated for 30. Like, it really can handle 30, most likely. They'll never tell you what it is, but there's always a safety factor in there, because otherwise it gets sued out, left, right, and center. But it's like, for instance, if we look at MFJ and you go between the MFJ 1982 MP and the what was the other one? There's the 1982 and the 1984 MP, right? One is a lower power and one is a higher power. You're not talking about 3 times the price here. You're talking about like $20 difference, $30 difference, right? That is an investment that's a no-brainer.
Correct. Correct.
Like, you asked about, like, so my NFED, when I bought it, I was running 100 watts. I bought one that handled more power. They all handle 300 watts of power, my NFEDs. I could have bought the 80 or 100 watt ones. I bought 300. So, because the investment was like, yeah, eventually one day I want an and it was like a no-brainer. What's $30, right? This is
Prescott. I'm sorry, Prescott. This is fun. It's actually fun stuff, but just don't lose your head over it. It's not. I wouldn't say. Again, if your opinion is it's exhausting, but I guess we're also trying to show principle here too. That if you're going to start getting very serious about this hobby with towers and the rotors and the mast and the choice of antennas, you got to really think it out and do your homework and talk to very smart people to help you, unless you already have a previous experience as well as knowledge within the field.
Yeah, and I just looked. The step IR that I have is 11.7 square foot wind load.
There, so there you go.
Yeah, that rotor would be serious overkill, even if I went stacked on the Yagis. Yeah, I
Scout
think that
75. You're great.
That's going to be a contest. Yeah, I think that's going to be a contester's rotator.
Absolutely. That's my point from before. If you are a serious contester for whether you're chasing papers or for whatever, or just for the love of the hobby and your satisfaction, go for it.
Yep.
So
Shane needs a drink.
Shane needs to show up.
If he's in the bathroom, how is he going to stick? Is he going to stick his head under the faucet like that?
Could do like my dog and just drink from the toilet. I mean,
Shane wouldn't do that. Shane has cool.
I don't know.
Shaq and Greg. I love Shaq and Greg. He goes, what did he say? He says everything is underrated for lawsuit reasons. That's why I buy the 170-pound ladder instead of the 400. It works fine, and I save a ton of dough. Yeah. So I love that. Jody says ships at sea use a rotator on their antenna to turn their ships. Yeah, that's good.
I got 1,000 questions for Jody. It looks like he has one of those mag loops. I've been kind of looking at them. Yeah. I don't want to buy one right now. I just want to learn more about them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about making. So I have that. I bought that little transformer kit you buy on Amazon. You can make a 49-1, a 9-1. It's got all the ones. And I'm thinking about making an end fed for 160 meters on that.
Wow.
And then just setting that up for the wintertime and see how it does. But I'm a little just concerned about the length of it, right? Because I don't want to have any center support. So
hey, Molson, give us a lowdown. So I believe you mentioned before your winters are what, November to what, maybe May, sometimes early May. Mother's Day.
Gosh, I don't know. We start planting May 24th. Snow melts probably end of April. We'll usually get sudden freak storm, big freak storm right before everything starts to melt. But it depends. Like 2 years ago, we didn't get winter didn't hit until after Christmas. Okay. It's been weird, but last year, I'd say we start getting snow October, November.
Minus the snow. I'm not concerned. I'm concerned about cold. I'm talking. So
we'll go down to minus 30, minus 40 Celsius in February.
No, give it to me in Fahrenheit, please.
I don't know what your freedom units are. The rest of the world functions on a metric.
No, yeah. Well, this is last I learned. There's an American flag flying in the clubhouse.
There's also an American flag on the moon, but
yeah.
Well, listen, it's too expensive. It's too expensive to ship your freedom to the upper section of Canada there, so we don't use. Just saying.
No. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking of your average to extreme colds. Like if it doesn't get higher than, let's say, 20 Fahrenheit in the day.
Well. We'll have days where it's minus 30, minus 40. So that's minus 30 is minus 22 Fahrenheit, and minus 40 is minus 40 Fahrenheit. So there you go. There's a point where it becomes the same, and so it's cold, that's for sure. But it's the freezing rain and the wet snow that is the biggest concern,
right? Okay, and I was going to go there next, right? Exactly.
Especially wet snow. Wet snow is a killer. On my end fed, which is like a 22 gauge wire, which is not wide. I've had 3/4 inches of snow build up on that.
Wow.
With wet snow. Yeah, and that's
That's
snow.
some weight. That's some weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, I think the brake strength of like 22 gauge, something like 20 pounds, 20 something pounds. I looked it up once because I stretched my end fed from MFJ, and I changed it with that solid steel. Well, not solid steel there, but that tinned copper, and which has been doing fantastic. But it's yeah. So snow loads is a thing here.
Does maple syrup freeze?
The whole process of getting maple syrup is through the freezing and the thawing of the tree in the spring. That's what brings the sap out.
That's what forces it out.
Yeah, so
which then gets to get boiled.
Yeah, you want cold nights, and then you want a warm day, and the sap will run in the tree, and it has to go back and forth. And that's the better seasons are where you get a long period of freezing than thawing in the daytime. And then it gets boiled. Yeah. So, yeah. But, I'm sure it freezes. Yeah. So, use vinyl coated stainless steel wire. I have aircraft cable, like 1/16 aircraft cable. I've heard mixed reviews on it. I might as well use it just for the hell of it and try it. Because I'm concerned over, like, because what I could do is I could tension that sucker, right? I can have my transformer. Wow. I put a like a cedar post in the ground, like it's out of the ground 14 feet from my clothesline. I could put the transformer on that end. I can go up to a tree about 300 feet away, and I can go up on a sloper. And I'd like to tension that so there's no sag, because it'll sag. We don't like sagging, and I like to tension that. And using an aircraft cable, I don't have to be worried about snapping that, like I would with a piece of wire. So,
yeah, if the tree falls, it'll bring your house with it.
Joe,
but the cable will be okay.
The cable,
yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yeah. But,
words of wisdom from sultry Mississippi, northern Mississippi.
Well, there you go.
98.5 Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Prescott says, when we hear people say the rest of the world, we just laugh, and the rest of the world laughs at you too. No. I'm just joking.
No, something.
Please adopt me and bring me to the United States, please.
There you go. I think if anybody who has had their wires break, their wire antennas break, we know it's frustrating, because then you want to go out and you want to either do a quick repair on it or throw something else up. It's frustrating. I get that. I think we've all been there. It's sad. I've walked outside in March when you have that rain and it freezes, and I look like Charlie Brown, because you can't play baseball, and you're sitting on the mound with your head down and you want to cry because that antenna just broke.
Well, we talked about this before. It's like the MFJ 1982 MP. It's a 300 watt end fed. Great performance. I have no issues with it. Fantastic. Set up like a flat top. It says in the description, rugged weather resistant.
Something. And Cape Cod CNC again. I'm gonna promote that Fritzell, because I think that thing is built beautifully. At least for me in my region, it's always worked. But I really do, whether you do the pulleys or whether you do the low end way of just a pulley and a weight. If it's not cast iron, listen. We would fill up an empty plastic jug of Tide. When you're done with Tide, the old man would fill it with sand, and just enough to give it that so everything would kind of move and bend. Whether it was for hurricane, tropical storm, the wind, whatever, or just a good old windstorm. Period. But that Fritzell, man, that's.
Where do you find the Fritzell? Is that on Hamsphere, or do they actually have a store?
You got to go somewhere. It's somewhere in Germany. I haven't seen it. I am almost positive they stopped carrying it here in the United States. I know that. You won't find it on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Google shop Hamsphere. What is this? I don't know. There was another one. There was an end fed. there's an NFED from like Scandinavia area that was supposedly high gain. No.
You know, while you're looking at that, Craig puts in an excellent suggestion. A disc, a brake disc on both ends. There you go.
So there's these pulley things. So they use them for stages.
Yep.
You know, like when you go to a theater, they have the track.
Yeah.
And there's a pulley with a spring in it. So it's what it is like the curtain rope that you pull to open and close the screens or the drapes. There's a pulley that's a tensioner pulley, and that's what I have. I have one of those, and so it just allows it automatically puts the tension on there, and they're not that expensive, I don't think, but that's what I use.
I personally have never done that extra step. I should, but I know guys who do it, and also too, the old myth: you put an antenna, a wire antenna up, or any antenna, you do it on a bad day, it'll stay up forever. I have found that to be, at least in Don Izzo's world, I have found that to be true. I'm in the rain, whatever, or
well, we're in an antenna season right now, right? Like this is the time to do it.
Actually, it's the best time, in my opinion, when the leaves just come off the trees.
Yeah. So like
you're getting close. Yeah.
Well, for us, that won't be until late November, early December for us.
Right.
But again,
pine needles fall year round down here, so
okay.
They get too hot, they burn off, and
y'all was probably talking about Craig's comment and stuff about the truck disc brakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's if you've seen some of my videos on my 80-meter loop, I've got car parts, scrap parts. But I want to change that out to somebody showed me the spring, like on a spring, and I thought that was great.
Well, you can get those like patio door swings. Those screen doors that they have the returns, and then the double spring on the old school one. Remember the old school ones with that cylinder and the little
pneumatic pump
thing?
Yeah.
They have those. They're like two chains with the springs. So you can buy those at Home Depot, and they have a decent. Amount of tension on that spring that you can do that with.
And I figured out why my balun caused a little trouble. So undoubtedly the Jetstream that I bought is a voltage balun, and I've been using a current balun.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna get me a current.
Swap it out.
There you go.
Put the other one on the shelf in case you need it for something else, for another project.
That's right.
Or hand forward it to somebody else.
Oh my goodness.
What you got?
Oh, he's looking at something. Come on.
So Vern 6 just sent me a video. I'm gonna put this it's on his YouTube channel, and I'm gonna
tower.
I
tried to text him back, and I don't have no service to text you back, Vern.
I just put it into the Vern just put up his he sent me it. He built his own tower, 168 feet. He built it himself. Yeah, that could probably handle that beautiful yeah.
What antenna does he have on top of it?
I don't know. I have to watch the video. I'm not gonna watch a video in the middle of Ham Radio Clubhouse. I don't. But on one of my NFEDs, I don't even put a weight. I don't put anything. I tie it off tight, and because I put the pulley right at the top of the tree. Where in the wind it blows anyways. So like it's its own built-in shock absorber.
Okay. So how did you get it? So you must climb up the tree.
Remember when I built my tower? I borrowed a buddy's boom lift.
Yep.
Right. So I just went around.
The man lift.
Pulley in the top of the trees where I wanted them, and so it's right at the top of the tree, and it's done well. No issues. That's the one that didn't stretch. That one didn't stretch. The other one did. So, yeah, be interesting to see. The problem right now is I have so many aspirations and dreams to do with antennas that require height, and I can't get that boom truck anymore because he sold it. So, Joe, you need to come with your drone.
Your rental, Dan. You don't have a muscle. You don't have like a rental.
Did you not hear how cheap I am tonight? Like I'm cheap. Okay.
Wait. You could always just throw a rock over the tree with a rope tied to it.
Call Scout. Scout's good for that one. Or tell you what, you barter. What happened to the days of bartering, guys? You got all that meat in the refrigerator or the freezer. Come on, man, loosen the belt up a little bit. So what if a few moths come out of the wall a little bit? It'll be all right.
Listen, I'm gonna rent when I set up my tower, my 60-foot tower. I'll definitely rent one, but it's I think it's like something like $400 a day. Plus, I have to transport it to my house, so that's like another $300. So $700. So like, I want to make sure I get bang for my buck. I'll do it when I do my other tower.
Right. Or tell you what, sell everything and go collect stamps, and then or collect coins. Then you tell me how much that's going to cost you. By the time you do the glass case that has the lights in it and the humidity, come on, this is our hobby, and we invest for our pleasure.
Look, I invest in my hobby,
and it's beautiful.
I invest wisely.
Yeah, and I invest wisely. There is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, open the wallet, let a few moths out. It'll be all right. Do some bartering with some of that meat you got. It'll be all right.
Hey, bro, can you want to lend me $1,000 to rent the gym?
Yeah, okay, I will. Yeah, and I'll only charge you 1.5 points. Okay.
Well, you're better than the banks. Yeah. Listen, do you do mortgage loans? No. I have some friends looking.
I'd have to ask.
So Vern 6 says he had a Mosley A36 for a while. And I'm confused. Then he says Mama wanted a television antenna. We got television from Dallas, Houston, and Austin. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. Mosleys aren't that badly priced. You know what would be interesting? Vern, so he has a 165-foot tower. Do you have one of those rotated, like that goes, the circular rotators that go around the tower? Because us, we're always talking about mass pipe at the top, right? But they have those intermediary ones that rotate around the tower. You guys seen those?
Yes. And
there's the base of the tower that, well, you can get them both ways. I've seen the entire tower rotates, and you have the guy wires on a ring.
Yes.
It's like a huge bearing.
Yes.
But then I've also seen where they've actually had rotor motors where on those rings where the antenna was at on the tower, so they could rotate them individually.
What do you call the device that will bring your tower down for you?
Hazer. It don't bring the tower down. It brings the antenna and
down
rotator.
to you. Yes, down to you.
That's the Hazer system.
And most of my old man, the grandfather, he had a Mosley TH 33 maybe. Loved it.
You just can't use that Hazer system with a guide tower because it's only going to go up to the first set of guide wires.
Three set of guide wires, correct.
Yeah. But other than that, it's an awesome system. I would love to have one.
No, you better play that lotto. You better play that. You better run down to the store.
Oh no, man! That's something you can build. Get some skateboard wheels and some angle iron. And got it.
See, Joe Brett has the initiative to look beyond the problem and say,
"Dude, I still got my skateboard at my parents' house from my youth days," and I'm like, "I've got the wheels already."
Did you used to build your own skateboards?
Well, I mean, I put them together.
Well, but I did, and I learned about the trucks and the wheels, the different type of wheels, the different type of board.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I fell a few times. I still got probably some scars here and there, but
you got to decide what kind of bearings you want. If you want, you hit the wheel. Do you want that wheel to spin for 3 minutes, or do you want it to barely spin?
Stay out of sand. Stay out of sand, and stay out of water.
Oh man! Every time we talk about. Somebody says something about skateboards. I remember this great idea that, what these great ideas you have when friends are around. Let's go skating down this hill.
I was going to say, nowadays alcohol is involved with those ideas.
Yeah.
Back then, what was our excuse?
I swear it felt like 60 miles an hour down this hill on city street. It was crazy. I lost the skateboard. It flew over my head and dove into the ditch, and it was stuck into the ground. It was
I was probably about
wild.
12. I was 12 or 13 in my neighborhood. They forced us all to go from. They were putting in the sewer system, so the road got was all torn up, and finally they did a nice pave job. We had this hill about 3 houses from us, nice incline. You can catch some good speed, but I screwed up. I caught a manhole cover,
Oof.
so the skateboard stopped, and my fat ass didn't. And boom, 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 boom. And I did the tumble. Now I'm coming into the house trying to get a cloth to stop the bleed and all this other stuff. And my mother comes around the corner, busted. And you know when your mother calls you by your middle name?
Mm-hmm.
And she's asking rapid fire questions, and I'm like, I'm in pain right now. Pulls out the Bactine, and I'm making all sorts of like faces like, isn't there any anesthesia for this stuff?
Oof.
But my skateboard, now it's easy. I wanted some type of friction tape to put over it to hold my sneakers down, to give me a little bit more grip.
Mm-hmm.
That was, to me, I mean, it was hard back then. It was hard back in the 70s trying to get parts. Now it's easy as all heck. Go to the internet, go to Amazon, go to wherever, and you can have your parts, in 1 to 3 days. But I used to have the guys in the shop class at school. I give them and they would make. I forget the wood they used. It was a really nice hard, maybe a cherry. It was a nice wood, and I didn't want those rubber fiberglass ones or whatever. I wanted a nice wood skateboard. So.
You know what I love about this show? No matter what the heck we talk about, we go from radios to food to skateboards, and chat can still relate.
Yep.
Y'all are awesome.
Yeah.
What, Molson?
I won't even say. I bet you guys you should take the deck of cards and clip them with clothespins to your back wheel to give it that sound. Y'all know what I'm talking about, or your front wheels too. But
yeah.
We take deck. Yes, we take deck. Do that again, Molson. That was the sound. Do it again. That's it. See, like a motorboating. And what? That's how the motorboat. I used to steal. I shouldn't say steal. I would
grab
take
the wood under your butts. We're going motorboating.
I would take my mother's clothespins again because she'd have the bag of clothespins up on, what I mean? And all of a sudden, that woman knew how many clothespins were missing because of me. And then I'd have to go drive. I'd have to go ride my bike to the hardware store to go pick up. It was one of these hardware stores, general store, that had everything. And I'd have to shell out some money for clothespins. I remember one time I tried using vice grips, and the vice grips came off because I said, I'm going to be smart. We're going to use vice grips. But the vice grips got caught inside the wheel. And guess what happened to Don Izzo? The bike stopped, and Don Izzo.
Momentum. Izzo, all I can say is if you can ever bless us with your presence at Huntsville, and we're at the pavilion, it's story time, buddy. Dude, we're going to let you do the talking.
All right. I'm going to tell you what I want to do for next year. And I don't want. Okay, so you all know my.
Don't say you don't want nobody to know because.
No. Here's the logistics. She's looking at going to her first year of college next year. We all know what happens to kids in the month of August. Huntsville may be that golden era where I'm driving her up to school or getting her moved in. I'm hoping. I asked her last night. I said, "Have you thought about early acceptance in January?" No, but we got to make sure financially she gets all set, but if nothing else, the following year could be the year.
Well, dude,
I understand.
But I want it to be next year. Heck, dude, I wanted it to be last year. I wanted it to be this year. You know how it is I want to go to Xena. I want to go to Orlando, and I want to go to Huntsville. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat, but I've got the 4 youngins, and they're still costing me money. So we'll get them a little more grown up. Maybe I can travel some more.
Listen, guys, what I can do is I have a very good financial lender, and I can lend you guys at an interest rate of 4% if you need funding.
4%.
Just let me know.
For what? Travel expenses?
Yeah, if you guys need me, your daughter was school. If you guys need, I can 4%.
This sounds like a discussion in a dark alley.
This is right.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And I said point, and I told you I'd lend you some money.
That's right. So you're going to lend it to me for 1.5. Then I'm going to go out and lend it again for 2.5 points higher. And I'm
that's what friends are for. That's what
Don, look at there.
Business.
You've already got a ride. I don't know where to. I'm assuming Huntsville, but you already got a ride.
For me, what do I have to do, guys? I got to fly into Nashville first. Is that the easiest way for me? Fly into Nashville?
Fly into Atlanta. I'll stop and pick you up.
You get in the truck with W5 IPA. Jason says I'll pick you up on the way.
There you go.
Jason, what state are you in?
Do you see Joe? Do you guys know who Tanya Harding is?
Just the ice skating dude.
Yeah.
We got the girl who did the clubbing. Well, I'm sorry, she hired someone to do the clubbing. Yes.
Right. I was gonna say Hiking and Hammond said he'll pick you up in Atlanta as well. Jason's in Mass.
All right, and Atlanta is what? 8 hours, Steve? 12 hours?
No. It's like 3 from Huntsville.
That's all for you? That's all your run was?
Oh no, my run was 8.5, 9, but
Okay.
I was toting a trailer. I go right through Atlanta though. So or Mark says fly into Greenville.
Mark and I are so overdue for some FBRC time, Fat Boy Radio Club time. I know, Mo. I gotta get my butt down there. I know.
So,
what do you call it when you the people who hop on the back of like freight trains and then like ride?
Hobos?
No, there's a name for it.
Carpetbaggers.
No, come on, guys.
No, really. Carpetbaggers was the term.
I thought it was hobos, but
okay, there, Mr. Motorboating.
That's what the sound of that bike, like a motorboat.
Yeah, but people have a hard time with that. I think you do is like that. Do you want me to teach you how to do another way to do the motorboating sound?
I don't think we should do it here, right?
I was gonna say let's save that for the Discord after.
Okay, it's time to close up here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Vern is Connecticut. CT Charlie Tango.
Mm-hmm.
I always assume just get myself into Nashville to Bama. I don't know if it's a 5-hour ride. Just get a rental car and go.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Okay.
Man, you just get yourself to the south. We'll take care of the rest.
Okay.
So somebody will pick you up.
All right. Well, like I said, let's see how this year goes with her. Because right now she's priority one. She is priority one. This
That's
is her
understandable.
and everything. And I really don't want her to take early acceptance. I want her to enjoy her senior year. So
Nashville to Huntsville's 2 hours.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
All right, guys. It's been
Kane's legs
2
are tingling. He's got to get back to work. He's sit on the pot long enough.
His legs are tingling now. I love it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the CEO knock or the? Are you all right in there?
It's when you just start groaning.
Hey, listen.
They leave real quick.
Hey,
fart spray.
I know we've all done it, but when you get that tingling and your legs fall asleep, that is the worst feeling to get up. When you got to get up and you can't, and you're like, come on, blood, start circulating it, and you start doing the feet dance, and you try everything to get those, because I learned this in EMT school. Your femoral arteries are, you're compressing.
I love how we start the show on 2 meters and just go higher in the bands or lower in the bands as we go.
Yep, just keep going lower as the night goes on.
Are we at 80 meters yet? Come on.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to 160.
I think we're 160 is the gentleman's band.
I think motorboating trended us too.
Okay.
Yes. No. Hey guys, 160.
That took us to GMRS.
160 what 160 kind of reminds me of? 17 meters. I like 17 meters. That's a nice gentleman's band, along with some DX. And I know some guys who are prominent 160 guys will say, yeah, you get DX off of there too. But man, it just seemed like it's just a whole different type of caliber of people. I will tell you a story. There was a guy playing POTA last week, and he was in the AM portion of the 40-meter band. and and because of the width of the AM mode, it's really about what, maybe 10 hertz, okay? And a guy was educating him, and the POTA activator didn't know what was going on, but he was learning. He was very cordial, and then you had here comes the peanut gallery, and I'm like, once again, why can't just let the man talk and let him explain? The activator was learning, you know, and then he did move down, but it was kind of embarrassing, I think, to our hobby that someone's explaining something to another individual, then you have the third party and the fourth party start interjecting, but it's how they're doing it, and they're actually being mean about it. Guys, stop it with this playground nonsense of I know all the answers. If someone's explaining it, let them explain it, and the most important thing is do it nicely. This is how we're all going to learn. We don't. I mean, if you're going to teach me by yelling at me, that's not really teaching.
Right.
And it was kind of a shame. So when I worked the guy about 10 minutes later, I told him, I said, man, how you handled that situation, you were a gentleman. And that's he took the high road of not yelling back at the other guy and everything. And it's hey guys, you find something wrong, it's all how you say it, So
well, guys, it's been a hoot tonight. We're 2 hours and 12 minutes into the show.
It's been a hoot, hey?
It's been a hoot, eh? Yeah.
A hoot?
So for me, I got nothing to add. I got nothing special going on. You're never going to get a video from my YouTube channel. And don't subscribe, don't like, don't comment on my videos. And check out Joe Brett's. Joe,
Isn't
what do you got
that Beer
going
Snacks
on?
online? So what I've got is a video I released last night. If you didn't watch it, Team Replay welcomes you. Where I've done my Huntsville recap, and I have a POV style of replacing the Ballon that I have to replace again because I bought the wrong kind. But and then we got a review video at some point, and I'm supposed to be helping a guy learn how to program this Anytone that I'm having to learn myself. That's odd. But the last thing I want to mention, since I've got the mic, have y'all noticed the screen layout tonight? You got the two dimly lit shacks on the bottom with the black t-shirts going. What's up?
Props, brother.
Oh, Steve's too late, man. Oh, didn't mean to punch you that hard.
All right, so next week I'll wear my Molson shirt, okay?
Right.
Joseph's feeding the duck part. Thanks.
Yeah. So, like I said at the start of the show, I'm going to be headed up to Shelby this weekend for the granddaddy of Hamfest. It's been going on 66 years this year.
Nice.
So I'm going to get some video of that. And maybe if the weather cooperates, I'm off Monday. See if I can't get that antenna built and on the air.
Nice.
But, got a new camera, so I can stop using my phone since it wants to overheat. Shane, I only have 10, not 14. Close.
Shane's doing math from the bathroom stall, man.
Right.
Props to that guy. Although he has plenty of paper in there to figure, to write out the equations.
But the nice thing is, the Shelby Hamfest is in a area where I can fly the drone, so I may get some overhead B-roll with the drone.
Nice.
Cool. Well, Izzo, final words, and I'll take care of the back house, guys.
I'm not doing videos right now. Don't want to do them right now for obvious reasons, but don't know when. It doesn't make a difference. I'm here. I'm having fun. We're learning. We're being gentlemen. We're being ethical. We're being good ham radio operators on the air, smoking some good cigars, and I'm with my bros. So we're good. So hey, everybody have a good week. Labor Day weekend, everybody. If you're gonna partake in some other activity, beverages, do it responsibly. Do not drink and drive. Do not get on the radio and drink, guys. Come on, let's all just be good and have some fun this weekend. And get on the air. Go have some fun, regardless of the band and the mode that you're going to operate on.
73 all.
73 all.
So there's.
Bye. Goodbye to the Coax reel behind Steve.
Rotors, rotors, and rotors. Good night, Sue. 88s. I love you.